All right, I am back for one more little mini. I say mini, but they've been running 15 to 20 minutes. But a little tutorial. Today we're talking about the morale system, and I feel like in the big scheme of um, getting lost in stats, getting lost in menus, getting lost in player ratings, getting lost in the draft, it's easy for someone to overlook the team chemistry system, and it's absolutely crucial. It won't necessarily help you win a bunch of games, but it can absolutely screw you over if you don't have your team chemistry set up correctly. So, the way this game works is each player sort of has different personality ratings, and I'll show you guys how to see them right now. So, I'm going to go to lineups. And one of the views, so this would be your default view, something like this maybe. Or maybe something like this. So if you go to the views right here, personality, morale, and you can see leader ability, loyalty, greed, work ethic, and intelligence. And if you have a certain combination of those add up into or can add up into a personality overall sort of summary. So as you see, most people normal, but I've actually set it up so I have 3 captains. Now it's important to have at least one captain on your team no matter what. No doubt in my mind, it's mandatory. Get a captain if you don't have a captain. If you don't have a captain personality type, you're actively hurting yourself in this game. So if you don't have one, I would say look for a good backup catcher, because catchers have a high rate of being captains. So if you just need a backup catcher who won't play much, but he can stay on the roster and motivate your team, that's good. You don't want to go, doing a whole makeover for your team just because you don't have a captain. So as far as roster spots go, backup catcher, definitely a great place to look. A lot of captains there. And if they're not that great of a player, that's okay. The locker room effect will be greater than their contributions. So as you can see, this is not the New York Yankees, or at least not the ones you would expect for 2018. I basically set this team up to have good locker room mojo, and I have these 3 veteran captains in Longoria, Molina, and Tulo. I have a fan favorite player in Ryan Zimmerman, maybe not a fan favorite for the Yankees, but a fan favorite, and then I have a spark plug in Chad Pinder to get people excited. Everyone else is normal. No one else here is going to cause any trouble. We look at our pitching. Everybody's pretty normal. Yeah. Dope. Okay. So Yankees are going to be an example of a team that's going to have everything good. And if you look at the team chemistry tab, you can see 3 captains, 3 leaders, 3 leader types, and a spark plug. No one disruptive, no one outspoken, selfish, unmotivated. Prankster's kind of like a chaotic good at times, or a chaotic evil. He's sort of used this Dungeons and Dragons. He can help the team morale a lot if you've already got a good sort of groundwork with these captains and leaders, but if everyone's a shithead, then a prankster's not going to help. Same with Sparkplug. But leaders and captains are objectively good. These 4 are objectively bad. Now I'm going to look at the Boston Red Sox, who I have set up a little bit differently. So they have no captain. They do have 2 leaders in Blake Swihart and Brian Dozier. They have that same spark plug, Chad Pinder. And then we have the disruptive Yasiel Puig. Dozier is both a leader and outspoken, so you can see how that could maybe cause some troubles. And selfish are Chris Sale, Jerry Familia, Miguel Sano, Jose Reyes, unmotivated Andrew Kittredge, and Eddie Rosario. Now, before you start this will be a little mini tip. Before you start any single season, on opening day, go to MLB reports and info and preseason predictions. It actually runs a tiny little sim, and it'll give you a pretty good idea of what to expect for the season. So the computer thinks that the Red Sox are going to go 81 and 81. It thinks the Yankees are going to go 78 and 84. So these teams are, in theory, built to be pretty close, both built to be about 500, which is good. That's what I was shooting for. So we're going to check in and see. So injuries are off. Just to give you an idea of the setup, injuries are off, and the teams have full control over. I mean, the computer has full control over if it wants to make trades along the way, if it wants to promote, demote, who wants to bench, who wants to start. I'm leaving that all up to the computer. We're just going to sim to the end of the season and see what actually happens. So I will check in with you guys at the end of the season. And then once we've hopefully learned a little something, I can sort of reiterate my point and show you how to properly manage your team chemistry and team morale. So I will see you all at the end of the season. Okay, so first year, Red Sox win 81, Yankees win 78. It's almost exactly what the projection said. But it can take a little time for these locker room problems to manifest themselves. So let's check in after season 2 and see what happens. Okay, so year 2, computer's been through its off season, changes have been made, but still overall, Yankees look to be set up for a good clubhouse, Red Sox not so good. Projections say Red Sox 94 wins, Yankees 88 wins. We will check in at the end of 2019. All right, back after season 2. Yankees, another middling 500 year, kind of disappointing. If you want to go and take a look at their chemistry, bench coach report, we have a good leadership core, everything good, chemistry overview ecstatic. Not necessarily the best on the field, but clubhouse holding together. Yeah, not a great year for the Yankees, but certainly still respectable, considering the team is aging at this point. Let's look at the Red Sox. It's natural that people don't like to be in a clubhouse that's losing, and you can see they brought in Tulo to be a captain. And it says, I know Tulo has done his best to keep the room calm, but you can see chemistry overview is unhappy. We have 8 people complaining about slackers / selfish players. And those are guys like Kittredge, Rosario, and Puig. So, not good. This is a team that was supposed to be projected to win 94 games, and they won 72. So it's a pretty big implosion. So the lesson is, get a captain. If you have shitheads, get more captains, get good leaders, pay attention to morale, and it won't help you win games, but it will certainly make you lose them if you don't have it under control. So, simple as that. That was our little experiment. Hope we learned something. Definitely pay attention to morale. When I first started playing this game, I definitely lost seasons because of just bad morale, even when the team was put together solid. So pay attention to morale. Yeah. All right. I will see you guys for the next tutorial.